So you'll notice a lot of the puzzles have like childhood story themes. Like that one was, Wizard of Oz, duh. And that's in keeping with Alessa, being a little girl. And fairy tales and such were always something for like a little girl to think about, to sort of a little ruminate and fantasize about. It engages a little girl's imagination. So something being of a puzzling nature, like a puzzle, for example. Sucker? I'm not sure if I hit him or not. I ain't gonna worry about it. I wonder how well this works in the dark. Woo! I'm a lighthouse. Won't want any monsters crashing into the rocks. So yeah, there's some free fat loots going on over here. Like, I keep trying to adjust my grip on the controller while running. If you do it quickly enough, he doesn't stop. Yeah, there we go, like that. It's just leaning forward on that thumbstick. My thumb's like, alright, can I do something else now? Like, no, you're in this for the long haul. It's like, oh man, and it tries to give me a thumbs down, but it's holding a controller, so it can't. It's gonna have to wait till later. Can't see me. I'm John Cena. I mean, Harry Mason. Ugh, keep mixing that up. Mixing. I'm missing. What? So, like, while the ranking system is weird, that it wants you to do all the things at once, instead of a preferred game style, it's kind of in line with how I like to play survival horror anyway. Like, in the Resident Evil games, I just can't help but go and get the ammo. It's like, it's there, it wants to be picked up. I want it. It wants me, and I want it. And I want to shoot it at things, and it would like that as well. Going into this bus. Because free drinks! Yeah, refreshments. Better be health drinks. I'm kind of starting to suspect that the health drinks are just alcohol. That's how the bus driver dealt with the kids. Nope, see you. So, I guess since I'm going to be using the... Oh, yeah, this ranking system does penalize you for using special weapons as well. So, yeah. Not only am I not going entirely quickly, just, expeditiously, I'm also using special weapons, so the ranking's not going to be spectacular. But that's not why you came here, is it? Is it? Yeah, you can tell me. I'll keep it on the DL if you want, but we gotta be frank here, or at least we gotta be hairy. Ugh. Bullets in the school. Don't worry about it. That's fine. That's fine. So here's this puzzle. All right. I haven't quite sat down and thought about these at any great length, but I'm just gonna wing it and try to figure it out. Now, the significance of the times. Sure, it's a puzzle element. You know that when the clock outside, it's gonna read these 3 times. This is the one it reads first. If you go outside into the courtyard and check out the clock, it reads 10 o'clock right now. Then it becomes noon. Or midnight, I don't know. It's noon. I'm sure this is based on, It's 5. I'll take some consideration about how Alessa's daily life went. So I imagine maybe like 10 o'clock a.m. that would be it's time for science class. And there's one. Oh, it's all goopy. Then around noon, they would go to music. That puzzle, by the way, fuck that puzzle. You know, when I first played this game as a kid, ugh, drove me nuts. Well, I mean, what grade? This is an elementary school, so I wonder what schedule the elementary school kids had. Because if I remember right, like, elementary school kids would get out around 3. Or was it 4, maybe? Could it have been as late as 5? Because this one, right here, this one's significant a couple times in a few puzzles. It's 5 o'clock. This one is the more loaded one. I mean, the clue here, flames render the silence, awakening the hungry beast, open time's door to beckon prey. That's intimidating. Yeah, more so than the other two. So clearly that one's a more loaded puzzle. Hi, babies. Shotgun to face. It has the strength of about the mid-range shotgun, but it doesn't have the same cone of damage. Have I mentioned before that the shotgun is basically the best gun in any game? I don't think I've mentioned that in an episode before, but you know what? Here it is. Mark it. Mark this episode and mark the time on the clock. 10 o'clock. Shotguns are the best. There are few and... Oh, wait. What am I doing? I'm instinctually going to that fucking... that thing to put the medallion there, but I don't have it. Games are few and far between in which the shotgun is not the total fucking absolute but badassness. Or at least reasonable badassness. Hi, kids. Oh yeah, evidently in the PAL version of this game, these little guys were replaced by monsters known as mumblers. I mean, even though these guys kind of do mumble a little bit. These guys are representative of... Well, I don't know, with many forms of symbolism, shit's up in the air, you know? I've heard a few things posited about what each thing... God damn it, what each thing represents, whether it be the monster or, you know, the significance of a location, or simply the crazy crap that you see in Otherworld. And oh, this is all baby. Oh, I love him. I love him. He's squeaky and then he falls. Lock is jammed. If you shine the light on him for long enough, he goes away. So that, okay. I got my theories about the little shadow baby. I've heard a few things posited. Oh, what the fuck am I doing? Like from people, you know, just chatting about it, and on the wiki, the Silent Hill wiki, there's an entry under monsters specifically for symbolism. Some of them seem to be, you know, the nature of a wiki. Some of them seem to be maybe a little ham-fisted or too cursory to really be in line with any of the other things that are kind of more clear. You know what I mean? Like, you know, the whole thing about Occam's razor, you know, the simplest explanation is typically the most correct. typically. But sometimes there is a level of depth you gotta go to really hit the nail on the head. So, like, with these guys, the simple explanation would be that these simply represent the, Alessa's perspective, or, like, her interpretation of the children around her, you know, when she's going to school, because she had, like, the magic powers and shit. It's sort of spelled out that she naturally, or supernaturally, whatever you want to, however you want to regard it, you know, maybe not quite like X-Man style, because more mystical, but she was, you know, born with powers, I guess. Either that, or imbued with them at an early age through some sort of, you know, high ceremonial ritual. Incidentally, a little bit of trivia. High magic is the magic being used here in this game. It was an actual form of magic, kind of in like a countercultural side of high society in Europe, and I think 1800s? I might be right. Might be wrong. You could always double check, should you feel the need. But I think it was the, it was either affiliated with, like, related to, or it was, I'm gonna lock that door, I had a principle. Affiliated with or related to Masonic symbolism. Well, the use of Masonic symbols and imagery. But, you know, these high ceremonial magic was not itself Masonic, but it would use a lot of invocation of angels. And, you know, demons as well, but two sides of the same coin, you know what I'm saying? Fucking magic powers and white, black, and you get it. But, okay, so Alessa was fucked with as a kid. You know, you see later on in the game... Oh, damn it. Ooh, that hurt a bit. Later on, you see some of her more... like, the relevance of the school is evident, you know, it's where she went. You see all these little demons, because the psychic hellscape bullshit is making these little kids come to, well, shadow kids, shadow babies, little chuckling bastards with knives, grabbing at your legs like children do. I mean, they're very clearly based visually and, like, thematically based on children. I mean, so sure, you know, it is there that they represent the way that Alessa would see the children who constantly picked on her. You know, these little creatures were damaging to her peace of mind. So that's pretty much what any enemy is in Silent Hill, is something that was a threat to Alessa's peace of mind at any point in her life. And, you know, the most baseline explanation for these kid beasts is that, yeah, they were the kids that picked on her. But I think it was a little bit slightly more conceptual than that, but also, you know, kind of both. Being the simple explanation, but then with more. Like, I think that these children, these little bastards here, because there are so many of them in this school, you know, there are a lot of children in the school. Oh, baby. Oh, what's this outside of? Because I'm going to get to why when I mention the shadow baby. Is outside of this classroom? Oh, I fell. These dickheads here with what appear to be like a face on, little face on their torso. I think that they also represent, moments of anxiety. Moments of anxiety or fear. Pure and simple fear, or like social fear, social anxieties, stress. In school, especially when you're picked on, you're going to be overstressed. But when you're picked on, overstressed.